All right, next we have segments of the mobile internet market. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down kind of the pie chart, if you will, and kind of break down the different segments that you're seeing with the most growth. There's going to be some numbers in the lower right. That's a daily usage number. Wouldn't focus on the number so much as the percentage it represents in comparisons to the others. So first we'll start out with movie information. Obviously, Hollywood is not as big as Bollywood, but that's okay. Movie information is still extremely important here. People want to know what time their movies are playing. They want to be able to read reviews. They want to be able to check out the latest previews. They want to be able to purchase their tickets, which they can also do. Represents about 3 million users in one day in January 2009. Next, we have stocks and financial accounts. Banking is starting to become really big. Bank of America mobile site is a very popular site. E-Trade came out with an iPhone application. Very slick, can manage your funds, look up stock quotes. Excellent. Money Watch is actually a CBS property, also all about financial news. So roughly about the same, 3.27 million. Next, we have entertainment news. ET is actually a CBS property as well. We're talking about 5.47 users, so we're almost talking about double what you see with financial markets. People love their gossip. People love paparazzi videos. They want to see Michael Jackson, unfortunately, get carted out of his hotel, but entertainment news is extremely popular in the United States. Next, we have social networking. There's no doubt that social networking has had a huge impact on the online world, so of course that translates over to the mobile world. We've got Facebook as an example. Now, finally, people are able to take a photo, do an update, map the location of where they are within their Facebook, where they're doing that update, and they can actually still reel in that fish, drive the boat home. No longer have to be wired. You're no longer part of the PC. You can do all that wherever you are. Finally, news and information. Now, let's take a look at that number, 22.4 million. So the growth is immense in news and information. This includes hard news, this includes sports, this includes weather. Those three categories all combined into here. This is actually ComScore. Not sure why they lumped it all together. I would actually segment these out, but I think those are clearly the biggest categories. News, weather, sports. Also, we talked about video consumption. That's also going to be rolled into here and be massive. So here's just a quick example of what CBS is doing in terms of the next generation of interactivity. I think it's important just to give you guys a glimpse of where we're going in the future with this. This is actually a show specifically called Harper's Island. It was a 13-week run show on CBS. In every episode, at least one person was murdered somewhere on the island. So what we did was we created an application leading 3 weeks up to the actual premiere of the show, releasing certain amounts of content, allowing you to get interested and drawn into the show, learn about the characters, drive people to the premiere to watch it on TV. As soon as the premiere occurred, we offered an update to the application. It unloaded a ton more content as well as a game. So the game actually allowed you to pick a specific character you thought was going to get killed that week, where on the island that person got killed, and who the killer was. Every week as the show aired, we would do updates to the application. It created a much more interactive experience between you watching the television program and being able to play with it and interact with it. It's very much an in-game experience. That's definitely an area we're starting to grow into. We're starting to play in a space where it's not just about linear television. It's about interacting with that linear experience. And this is just one step in terms of how we're getting there. All right, next we're going to talk a little bit more in detail about CBS Mobile. CBS Mobile verticals are broken down into 5 different verticals. We have tech and news. As I mentioned, CNET is a huge property for us. CBS News is also a large property. Under business, we have BNet, ZDNet, Tech Republic, CBS Money Watch, all big business brands in the United States. Next, we have sports, which consists of CBS Sports, CBS College Sports, and Max Preps, which is high school sports. The 4th vertical we have is under entertainment, obviously CBS itself, TV.com, The Insider, ET, and the CW, as I mentioned, is the 5th network. Finally, the last vertical we have is games, music, and lifestyle. GameSpot.com, Last.fm, Chow.com, Urban Baby, Metacritic. You might know some of these brands. So my job is actually, I'm responsible for the sports and entertainment verticals in this section, but I'm going to focus these next few slides on our sports side. Here's a little video about what we do at CBS Mobile.
Are you ready?
Wherever you go, CBS Mobile keeps you connected with the best in sports.
Hey there, CBS Sports fans.
CBS Sports Mobile. March Madness on demand.
The best in technology, ratings, and reviews.
Next.
We're talking all the good and bad inside the world of Apple.
The best in news and information.
The CBS Evening News.
Can't get to a TV? We bring you the top stories from around the world right to your cell phone.
And the best in entertainment.
What more reason would you need to watch?
From music, mobile VOD, original content,
Your exclusive look inside another hot Hollywood award show starts right now.
games,
The CSI Miami Games.
interactive television.
Right now, Sprint is giving away $10,000. Tell us which player made a move that instantly changed the direction of their game.
Now it's your chance to win $5,000 in cash in the Price is Right Win at Home game.
Mobile TV. This is CBS Mobile.
March Madness. You're watching the ultimate in cell phone television. Victoria's Secret TV.
Drop your weapon, hands in the air!
And the best entertainment sites and applications on your phone.
GameSpot. Entertainment Tonight. TV.com.
Phasers, fire, point blank.
CBS.com.
Shall we go bust him now?
And more.
Awesome!
We are CBS Mobile.
All right, here's a slide that kind of just summarizes the different categories that we play around with. Mobile web, in-show interactivity, mobile TV and video, or VOD, mobile content, which wasn't mentioned in the video, but we still do, ringtones and wallpapers, games and applications, and finally mobile alerts. All right, now let's start to drill down another level deeper and start to talk about CBS Sports Mobile Web. This unfortunate site over here on the right is actually our site back in 2004. Believe it or not, back in 2004, this was actually leading edge. Amazing how far we've come in 5 years. So we'll refer to this as CBS Sports Mobile 1.0, launched in 2004, very, very basic. It did have real-time scoring across the major sports, very basic navigation, text-based, developed in WML. Obviously, the mobile landscape isn't what it is today. We're talking about very, very slow network speeds, painfully slow. We're talking about limited handset capabilities. This is actually a color screen, but believe it or not, there was black and white and green screen back in 2004. Data usage was unexpected, it was expensive, and unexpected in terms of you never knew how much it was going to cost you with every page you loaded, right? It was all based on kilobytes per second. And finally, the large majority of the traffic actually came from the carrier decks themselves. You were completely reliant on submitting your property to the carrier, having them place you within the portal, and driving all your traffic back in 2004. Next, we came out with 1.5, CBS Sports Mobile 1.5, in 2006. As you'll notice, things are getting a little bit more interesting. We're starting to get some color on the screen. We're starting to get images on the mobile site. We're starting to get a little bit deeper in terms of the statistics and information available. It was actually developed in XHTML, a derivative of HTML, which made it a lot easier and simpler to code as well. But again, network speeds, still pretty slow and painful. Handsets starting to get there a little bit quicker. And most importantly, bundled pricing started to become available in the market. So people were starting to buy these unlimited data plans, or at least buy in these packets or chunks, and weren't afraid that they were going to get charged every time they loaded the mobile web.